And I know times like this, you just take it slow. Fall asleep in the pillows. She got my heart in a chokehold. And there she goes.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. This is Liquidity Club by Ahmed Shawi. Today is Sunday, the 9th of June 2024. I'll be doing the weekly review, starting with the XY. As you can see on the weekly chart, we're still bonded in a consolidation. We took out the Silsal liquidity, the near term Silsal liquidity, and we formed the equal lows and started trading up higher. From here, I don't have much intel to discern to which direction price is going to be moving towards, because we have relative equal lows here. Price might fill it out, fill some of that favorite gap and then run up higher, or it can just keep trading down lower. So there are many scenarios that can happen in this chart right there. So I need more intel to decide what is the next move. Going to the daily time frame chart, as you can see, took out the sell liquidity, started trading up higher, relatively closing at the mean threshold of the bearish order block. So we see here if it wants to run up higher, if it takes above, if it trades above this high, it will form a bullish breaker. These two consecutive up close candles would be the bullish breaker. So from there, we can decide the next move towards the buy side liquidity. So that's gonna be pretty much it for DXY. Going to ES here, I'm viewing the continuous contract and I'm viewing the weekly time frame chart. As you can see, last week we traded down to the fair value gap between this candle's high, this candle's zone, and from there I mentioned the consequent engagement of that discount wick. This week we traded down lower, traded to the consequent engagement, found some support as you can see, and then traded up higher, took out the buy side liquidity. Just exactly as I mentioned last week. You can refer back to last week's review. I think it's the 2nd of June 2024. You can check it out and you'll see what I've mentioned is there. And it's not being in hindsight. Everything's being in live markets. Going to the daily time frame chart, you can see this is the rejection block is Friday's rejection block. So the consequent of the weekly candle is the rejection block of Friday's candle. So on Monday we trade down lower. As you can see, we found some support. You can go to the lower time frames and you can see some influences there. Also the rejection block here. From here we start trading up higher until we form the relative equal highs. As you can see here on Wednesday, Thursday we took out the relative equal highs and it's pretty much been just take and destroy after we take out the buy side liquidity. Now regarding the next direction, it is not really clear because we can continue trading up higher or we can just consolidate because after we take a buy side liquidity of an importance, we see some consolidation in the marketplace. So that's gonna be pretty much it for ES. Going to NQ, here I'm viewing the continuous contract and I'm viewing the weekly time frame chart. The same thing that for NQ has been, the same thing that has been mentioned for ES is also mentioned for NQ. To fill the fair value gap, a little bit of overshoot as you can see here. The constant encouragement we didn't reach to the constant encouragement, which means NQ was stronger to the upside. Then we opened, run up higher, took out the buy side liquidity. Going to the daily time frame chart, you can see the same thing. This is the console enforcement. Monday they didn't reach to it, was close to it, but it didn't reach to it. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we took out the buy side liquidity. So you can see on Wednesday we took out the buy side liquidity. On ES, we didn't take out the buy side liquidity on Wednesday, we took it on Thursday. So these are more insights and things for you to go and dig deep into it. So that's gonna be pretty much it for NQ. It can now it can consolidate, it can so we took our move here, this move. We're not concerned about what the market is going to be doing here. It can just consolidate at the moment. Going to Dow here, I'm viewing the continuous contract and I'm viewing the weekly time frame chart. Last week we mentioned that we can see price trading up here towards this favorable gap between this candle's low and this candle's high, but the market or price decided to just form, or the market makers decided to just form an inside candle where the high is lower than previous week's high and the low is higher than previous week's low. So it means that they're accumulating this asset class where they're building buy side and sell side liquidity below and above the marketplace to induce the manipulation soon. So next move, where if it attacks the buy side liquidity, I'll be expecting it to attack the sell side liquidity. What I want to see is price running up higher, taking out both of these buy side liquidities, filling some of that heavy gap, and then running down lower to induce every short out there. So many people are gonna be longing once we trade above these highs. They'll be longing, thinking that, oh, we'll start trading up higher and everyone is going long. From there, I'll be shorting towards this sustainability and these sustainabilities. So that's how I'm looking at it right now. Going to the daily time frame chart, same thing here. This is the daily favorite gap and this is the weekly favorite gap. I will see one more run towards these highs, and then from here trade down lower towards these lows right there. So, and you can just actually ignore this wick. This is the sustainability. If you look at the bodies of the candles, you can see how they're just being in close proximity, and this one is just above them. So we want them to just be taken out and swept out of the marketplace because many people who traded here are now in profit right there. So many of them are trying to just hold their positions. After we break above this high, people who bought here are holding their positions, thinking that, oh, now it's going to be another run and it will be another projection from this high to this low. They will project it above this high and they will be setting their TP above that, which is wrong because after we trade above this high, it would give them some sense of calmness for them to hold their positions. And at that moment, we will be selling our shorts, and at the moment actually people are going to be buying based on these people's opinion. So when they're buying, we're selling to them the shares, we're selling to them the contracts. When they're buying, when trying to buy here, who's going to be selling to them? We are going to be going to sell, we are going to sell to them these contracts for them to be fulfilled into the marketplace and go long. So that's enough of insights. That's gonna be pointed for Dow. Going to EURUSD, also known as the fiber. Here I'm doing the weekly time frame chart. As you can see, what I mentioned last week, we had created a favorite gap. Last week we traded to the favorite gap. This week we traded a higher, took out the buy side liquidity, and we've seen retracement down lower. Going to the daily time frame chart, if you go to the last weekly review, there was a bullish breaker here, but it is no more longer here because I'm still deciding, as I mentioned, if you go to the weekly, if you go to the last week review, and if you go to the XY in general, you see that it's just pretty much in a consolidation. So we getting this move above this high is a good move because it is a consolidation market. All right. So from here we can just see consolidation. And what I mean by consolidation is just being held in a range. So from here, I'm not going to be able to really read the market or USD, DXY, I mean like DXY and the Forex market. So because it's hard and we're just being in a range, we're not moving out of that range. So that's going to be pretty much it for EURUSD, or also known as the fiber. Going to Pound USD, also known as the cable. Here I'm viewing the weekly time frame chart. As you can see, the fair gap high, we took out the high. Now we might actually trade to the fair value gap because we have an internal range liquidity right there, and we have the external range liquidity. So at this point, price can just run towards the buy side liquidity, or it can retrace first towards the internal this fair value gap between this candle's high, this candle's low. Get some orders here, take out these both relative equal lows, and then run up higher towards the buy side liquidity. How are we going to be discerning that? Is by using Euro USD and DXY as a closely correlated markets and inversely correlated markets. Going to the daily time frame chart, we can see pretty much we have three Indians or three tribes pattern as it's called. From here we can see some sell side liquidity towards these red figure lows, this fair value gap, and we can trade to this bullish order block, which took the sell side liquidity as a gap, buy side liquidity. This is a potential scenario for price to just get there, although it's not really likely because it's close to the buy side liquidity. But we'll see how market moves. I told you based on what the DXY and USD or the cable or the fiber is doing, and we will be coupling it with the pound USD, and we'll be able to get some read on the markets. So that's gonna be pretty much it for pound USD, and this is gonna be pretty much it for this week's review. I really hope you found this one insightful. Until I talk to you next time, be safe. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.